10 U.S. states will have abortion questions on the ballot in November. Tens of millions of voters in Montana, Arizona, Missouri, Nebraska, Colorado, Florida, Maryland, Nevada, New York, and South Dakota will be asked how their state should regulate abortion. Most of the initiatives in those 10 states would allow abortion until fetal viability, which is generally considered about 24 weeks, or later only in instances when the health of the pregnant woman is at risk. The efforts are a response to the Supreme Court's 2022 decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, which led many states to enact abortion restrictions or bans. Pro-choice advocates hope that by having voters directly decide to enshrine abortion in states' laws, they can bypass the ups and downs of state courts. But there's another reason why some want abortion on the ballot: voter turnout. Democrats hope that more people who support abortion rights, who overwhelmingly vote for the party, will show up on Election Day because the issue is on the ballot. Here's what each state will ask voters. Abortions in Arizona are currently legal until the 15th week of pregnancy. After this point, the law makes an exception for the procedure to save a mother's life, but not for rape or incest. A question on whether to amend the state constitution to protect the right to abortion up to fetal viability, or about the 24th week of pregnancy. It could bring women to the polls in larger numbers in a year, where the election is close in this hotly contested swing state, said Celinda Lake, a veteran Democratic pollster who worked for the 2020 Biden campaign. But Katarina White, from Arizona Right to Life, said it presents an opportunity for Republicans to court the state's Latino population, as polls suggest a proportion of those voters oppose abortion on religious grounds, but tend to vote Democrat otherwise. Abortion is illegal after the 12th week of pregnancy in Nebraska, except in cases of rape, incest, and when the life of the mother is threatened. Nebraska is the only state that will have two competing ballot initiatives this November. The first one would enshrine the right to an abortion in the state constitution until fetal viability, or later, to protect the health of the mother. The second one would enshrine the current 12-week abortion ban into the state's constitution, with some exceptions including incest, rape, and to save the life of the pregnant woman. The competing ballot initiatives could boost turnout in the state, but it is unlikely to change the outcome of other races. Nebraska also has a paid family leave initiative on the ballot, and Ms. Lake said both questions could bring more voters out to the polls. Abortion is legal until the 24th week of pregnancy in Nevada, but only if the physician treating the patient believes abortion is necessary to protect the mother's life. A question on whether to enshrine access to abortion in the state's constitution. In order for the protection to be added to the Constitution, the ballot question will need to be approved by voters twice, once in 2024 and once in 2026. Nevada is one of the most hotly contested swing states in the election. If more Nevadans show up to the polls and are motivated to vote on this question, it could prove helpful for Democrats. Abortion is currently illegal after 6 weeks of pregnancy, except in some cases. If an individual wants to have an abortion before the 6-week mark, Florida requires 2 in-person visits to a clinic, 24 hours apart. There are some exceptions to these regulations, including rape, incest, and human trafficking, but those only apply up until 15 weeks of pregnancy. Abortions in Florida can also be provided after 6 weeks if a woman's life is at stake. She faces substantial and irreversible physical impairment, or if there is a fatal fetal abnormality.